Carrie Underwood, a celebrity in the world of country music, is no stranger to the spotlight. However, this time, the story that is taking the spotlight is not one of her chart-topping tunes or her performance that is absolutely breathtaking. She told a beautiful story from her family's farm in Oklahoma, where she experienced an attack of the cutest sort, which was a heartwarming revelation. The singer, who has won a Grammy, related the story. A whirlwind of furry adoration that left Underwood smiling and her followers swooning was the result of this occurrence, which was not at all a dangerous contact. In this delightful moment from the Underwood farm, where life is as wholesome as it is unpredictable, here is the entire scoop on this charming scene taken from the farm. Carrie Underwood, who is well known for her powerful voice and her down-to-earth nature, has shown her affection for her country roots in a straightforward manner throughout her career. Underwood has a strong connection to the agricultural lifestyle, having been raised near Cutest, Oklahoma. After being married to Mike Fisher, a former National Hockey League player, in 2010, the pair moved into a vast home outside of Nashville, Tennessee. The property featured acres of land, animals, and plenty of space for their two sons, Isaiah and Jacob, to explore. The family has found that the farm has become a haven for them, a place where they can get away from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood and enjoy a more straightforward way of life. Additionally, it is the location of a menagerie of animals, which includes anything from horses and chickens to dogs and goats, all of which are featured prominently in Underwood's most recent narrative. Underwood detailed the moment she was attacked on the farm during a recent interview on The Kelly Clarkson Show. Her eyes sparkled with delight as she described the perpetrators, which she identified as 3 female goats in their early stages of development. "When these little guys came out of nowhere, I was just minding my own business and checking on the animals," she added, imitating their playing boundaries. "I was just minding my own business. Even though they are so small, they have a tremendous amount of energy. Suddenly, they began jumping all over me, pecking at my trousers, and one of them even headbutted my knee. I was really taken aback. It felt like I was being ambushed by a full-fledged goat, but it was the prettiest one I've ever encountered." In the beginning of the story, Underwood was going out to tend to the animals on a chilly autumn morning. She was wearing her typical farm clothing, which consisted of boots and a flannel shirt. Underwood stated that the idea to bring numerous newborn goats to the property was partially motivated by her son's affection for the jovial critters. The family had just welcomed 6 baby goats from the farm. Isaiah and Jacob are completely captivated by them, she revealed later. They are going to spend hours doing nothing but watching kids climb and bounce around outside. It is as if there are little acrobats performing on the land. She was completely unaware that the goats had their own agenda for her on that particular day. At the moment that Underwood approached the enclosure, the young goats, who were only a few weeks old at the time, recognized her and quickly began to behave. "I wasn't sure if they thought I was their mother or just an exciting new toy, but they came charging at me," she chuckled. "I don't know what they thought." Without wasting any time, the 3 individuals, whom the family affectionately referred to as Peanut, Popcorn, and Pickles, swiftly transformed Underwood into their very own private playground. There was one that got onto her back, another that pulled at her shoelaces, and the third one that gave her a headbutt that was mild but enthusiastic towards her leg. "Although I was making an effort to maintain my upright position, I found myself sitting in the dirt and allowing them to have their moment," she explained. "The situation was chaotic, but it was the kind of chaos that makes your heart feel full." As a result of their limitless energy and fearless curiosity, baby goats are irresistible, and the story described by Underwood will resonate with anybody who has ever been in their presence. In recent years, goats have become social media stars due to their mischievous attitudes and acrobatic activities. Videos of goats leaping onto hay bales or snuggling with humans have garnered millions of views on social media platforms. Underwood, on the other hand, is drawn to it on a personal level. She commented, "There's something about animals that just provides you with a sense of grounding. It makes no difference to them whether you are a well-known musician, a mother, or just someone who is attempting to find out how to establish a connection with her roots and to share that connection with her children." She was raised in Oklahoma, where she spent her youth surrounded by animals and open spaces. She is determined to pass on this experience to her children, Isaiah, who is 10 years old, and Jacob, who is 6 years old, by saying, "I want them to understand the work that goes into caring for animals and growing things, and I want them to know where food comes from." She wanted them to know. On top of that, it's all fun. There is nothing quite like watching your children get eggs from the chickens or chase after a goat to bring home to you the importance of the things that truly matter. It wasn't the first time that Underwood's farm animals stole the show. The attack was just the latest example. Her followers may remember a post she made on Instagram in 2018, which described how her dog, Ace, unexpectedly became a babysitter for the hens in the family's home. While she was sharing a photo of Ace resting comfortably next to a flock of hens, she remarked at the time, "He's so gentle with them, it's ridiculous." On the other hand, it appears that the baby goats have upped the entertainment value of the farm to an entirely new level. Clarkson was told by Underwood that the children are like little comedians. Each and every day, they are engaged in something fresh. The day before yesterday, Popcorn discovered how to climb into a barrel, and I am certain that he was photographing himself doing so. In addition to the humorous moments, Underwood's account sheds light on the positives and negatives of living on a farm. Although the animals in the family provide a never-ending supply of entertainment, they also take a lot of commitment and effort. She conceded, "It's not all cute goat attacks," and she was right. The muck, the mess, and the fact that there is always something that has to be fixed are constantly present. For times like this, however, it is well worth the effort. The instances in question serve as a reminder to Underwood of the reasons why she and Fisher decided to live this way of life. She stated, "Mike and I both grew up with that sense of hard work and connection to the land, and she did it in a similar manner. It is what we want for our boys, and it is who we are," the father said. The narrative has been devoured by the singer's legions of devoted followers who have flooded social media with heart-eye emojis and calls for additional farm content. An individual who is a fan of Carrie tweeted, "Is it possible for us to get a reality show about her and her goats?" Another admirer added, "This is why I love her, she's so real." The fact that Underwood is able to maintain a balance between her superstar status and her ordinary, everyday persona is one of the reasons why she is so well liked. Fans who see her as both a global icon and a small-town girl at heart find her stories to be relatable, regardless of whether she is singing to sold-out crowds or getting attacked by newborn goats. Her stories resonate with fans because they demonstrate that she is both. As for the young goats, they are doing well on the farm owned by Underwood, and they are completely oblivious to the fact that they have gained a lot of attention. A trace of melancholy could be heard in Underwood's voice as she remarked, "They are growing so quickly. It won't be long before they are too large to climb all over me. But for the time being, I'm just going to take pleasure in the mayhem." She dropped hints that the family would give additional glimpses of farm life in the future, possibly through her social media, or even a new song that was inspired by her four-legged buddies. To tease, she asked, "Who knows? It is possible that there is a country song that is just waiting to be written about a goat attack." For the time being, Underwood is content to allow Peanut, Popcorn, and Pickles to receive the most of the attention. Her narrative serves as a reminder that even in the midst of the many responsibilities that come with fame, family, and farm life, the most memorable moments can be the simplest ones. What she had to say about the situation was as follows: "It's not every day that you get attacked by a bunch of baby goats, but when it happens, you just have to laugh and soak it all in." In addition, for those who are admirers of Carrie Underwood, this is precisely what makes her and her farm so remarkable.